Okay, good morning. We're going to present the soda process. Well, here are the integrants, and we're going to start.
Thank you. Before starting with the process, I'm going to give you a brief history of the soda in Mexico. The first one in Mexico was La Montañesa in 1886. Then Topo Chico started bottling mineral water and lemonade at the year of 1895. And on the next century, the 20th century, little families started the production of mineral water and lemonade all over the country. In the year 1920 to the year 1990, the production of soda in Mexico started to increase exponentially. First, the technification was only 300 bottles by minute. After that, the production increased to 120 million boxes of soda, and the state put a tax of 5% over sodas. In the 2000s, the soda production in Mexico was the 0.7 PIB nationally, and the annual inversion was of $600 million. Now there are more than 100 partners in the soda production. One of them are Grupo Peñafiel, Jarritos, Coca-Cola, Grupo Agua, and Pascual. Thank you.
Why does we select soda? Because in Mexico it's a very important part. Actually, Mexico is the fourth country in the world in soda consumption. About 137 liters per person are consumed by year. In spite of the taxes or strategy to make the Mexicans more responsible about the soda consumption, this shows the reality and why is the soda so important and why we want to improve the process or maybe the components to be the soda more healthy.
Well, as my partner said, economics and environmental impacts, we can see in this diagram that Mexico even consumes 163.3 liters per year per person. We even surpass the United States, that is like one of the primary products for them, the soda. So this is like a really bad assumption in Mexico because we only have health problems in the people. This is also a problem. The produces 9,000 million of bottles for the consumer just for the soda. So this is not like a really good model because we have, even if we recycle, we don't recycle all the products that we make. So we have to increase the rate of recyclable and environmental. The 10,000, the income of Mexico, it's like pretty good. We can have like $10,189 million, and we can use this for a new alternative. We can to make products, better products, and innovating these kind of things.
Well, here are the general process of the soft drink. The first one is clarifying the water. That it means it's going to pass through a process where all the organic materia will be eliminated. Then that water will be in a filtering step, will be sterilized and dechloride. Then we're going to add the ingredients. And then next step, it will pass through a carbon filter that's going to eliminate all the suspended particulate in that beverage. And then is all the process that we know as general. We fill the bottles and we package to deliver to all the country.
Here we have a general overview of the process of making soft drinks. Here, all of this part is only the treatment that is given to the water before entering to the mixing with the syrup. So we can see that in the making of soda, one of the clue of the most important parts is the treatment of the water. Then it comes the mixing, and then the carbonification, and then the packing.
In this type of processes, we need a type of plant that requires the product distribution. This means that one unit operation is realized each by time. The unit operation never changes and the steps are the same.
Well, we did a process flow diagram that includes a reactor. We introduced the water and the CO2 and the syrup, and then mix it in the reactor to obtain soda. We put a bypass stream because we want the soda have a good flavor, and in this point you can lose the flavor of the soda. We do a recycle stream to all the CO2 that don't react, and we do a purge because because we want to be more efficient.
We made a huge research so we could make a summary table. We looked for a process so we could establish the number of moles we're going to use for a specific batch. We looked for the heat of formation for every component, and then by multiplying those two, we obtained the enthalpy. This is the out of the process. We looked for the components that are going to be in the outstream. We looked for the same number of moles, and then by looking on their Cp and their heat of formation, we obtained the enthalpy of out.
One of the most important steps of our calculation is the heat of reaction. In this process, we base on the carbonation of the soda. This is a chemical reaction. We found the data on tables, and we found that the heat of reaction of this reaction is this, and this is an endothermic reaction.
For the footprint, we use all these processes that were used in the production of the soda, the soft drink. The package, the production, retail, transportation, all that stuff, we can use it to calculate the footprint. And we can use this to see like another alternatives, like the electricity power, we can change to solar power and electric power. And the transportation, it could be like in rail to the local, like the local mains there. And then these parts can transport the soda to the local customers.
Here we can see the summary table of the carbon footprint released in Europe and North America in the year 2013. As we can see, the grams of CO2 delivered to the atmosphere is really big, considering that only 1 pet bottle of 1 liter can release 87 grams of CO2. This is very important because we can conclude that in this process the clue is to reduce the carbon introduced into the bottle. So the carbon released to the atmosphere at the moment of the consumption is, well, very low.
Well, then we do a research to know how the energy is consumed in this industry, and we found that about 116 watts per liter of soda are used, and this is like we see a person consumes like 116 60 liters per year, and this is a lot if we compare with the person that lives in Mexico. We found this. This is I think that the industry can use, it's based on the cogeneration of electricity and CO2. The typically way is that enterprise gives electricity to the plant, and another enterprise gives the CO2. And with this, we can do the electricity at the same time that CO2, and you can make a lot of
Basta.
saving, and you can take care of the environment.
Well, this is a bibliography, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.